savvy on the ball defender. He'll turn a crossover into a turnover if you try it against him.
And it's been home cooking for the Spurs in the midst of a homestand here in San Antonio. They've put it all together over the course of their last 7 games. They've only had 1 loss over that span.
For the Spurs, they've got to be a little dissatisfied right now. I mean, they're in pretty good shape, but not up to their normal standards.
Yeah, I agree with that, Clark. I think they were expecting big things this season. And they're okay. They're in decent shape. But I think they'd like to be a little further up in the standings than where they are right now.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, in that game, Kevin, they did damage.
Ridiculous. Tore it down that time. Now that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and terrific finish.
That's good from the Rain Man.
The Bobcats, one of the worst teams in the league over the last couple of seasons, actually had the worst winning percentage ever back in 11-12. But they've made a commitment to rebuilding through the draft, and clearly when you do that, there's going to be some pain along the way.
Bobcats off to a quick start here. 4-point game. Gotta keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easy.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
And back to the Bobcats. Steve, do you see a light at the end of the tunnel for them?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. They brought in a new coach in Steve Clifford, who's well regarded. They signed Al Jefferson, so I think they're going to be better. I think they'll win more games, but they're still a ways away from being a playoff team. They've got to continue to build this roster, be patient, and try to put themselves in position to win.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Now, a short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. I asked him what their focal point would be defensively, and he said that Al Jefferson is at the top of their scouting report. With his smooth, low-post repertoire and mid-range shooting touch, he can put up points in a hurry. He said they'll try to steer him to his left hand as much as possible and just hope for the best. Kevin, we'll see if they can force him into a tough night.
All right, Doris, thanks.
Well, if you're going to learn from someone, you might as well take some lessons from Tim Duncan. That's what Tiago Splitter has done in San Antonio, really kind of growing up under the tutelage of one of the great players of all time.
The shot's good from the Rain Man.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
Ginobili dishes to Duncan. Here's Rain Man.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Well, I tell you what, Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. And you know some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
Here's Parker. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist making his last shot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rain Man. That'll be his second foul of the game. Then, well, always interesting to check out the first-year stars of the NBA, and on that list are the rookies who have been almost automatic from the field this past month. You look at Rain Man, 4th in the league and as consistent as they come.
And his confidence is just going to keep growing if he continues shooting the ball like he has over the past month.
You know, it's really invaluable for a rookie to have a good stretch of play like that. It can really calm a first-year guy down and allow him to play at a high level.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Bobcats, Rain Man, he's in at shooting guard. Josh McRoberts out there with Jeff 2. And there's Anthony Tolliver, and it's Pargo in at the 1. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Bobcats.
They've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
Al Jefferson is checked in for the Bobcats. Zeller comes in for Anthony Towles. Back to Leonard. Spurs passing it around. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Rain Man. 6 on the shot clock. And Mills gets to Green. Good on the triple. Green's got 6.
Well, with him, what immediately comes to mind is the long-range shooting. I mean, he can knock down shots from anywhere, and, of course, that forces the defense to locate him at all times.
And also, Steve, I think he's the definition of a lockdown defender. It doesn't matter what style of player he's up against. He can handle just about anything that's thrown at him. And, fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 25 points for Rain Man.
You gotta love to see that kind of range. He's been lighting it up from outside.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
San Antonio shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Well, how about the numbers for this club? As a team, 79% from the free throw line this year.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Ginobili the pass to Parker. That falls nice feed that time from Ginobili. Ginobili's got his 4th assist in this one. And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players. Let them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
Double team on Parker. Ginobili. The pass to Splitter. Rejected by Jefferson. Here's Rain Man. He's covered by Ginobili.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Out to Parker. Back to Ginobili. Oh, good on the triple.
Manu Ginobili is really one of those electrifying all-around players. I mean, he's as fun to watch as any guy in the league. He scores, he defends, has a nose for the ball. He does everything, and usually he packs a bunch of production into short stints of playing time. He's now in his mid-30s. The question becomes for him is health. And how much longer can he go at the level he's played at throughout his career?
Good. And that's now 6 points for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
The number of points they've...
Duncan kicks to DeCola. Out to Parker. Dishes to DeCola. Back to Parker. Wide open look. And that's good for 2. Parker's got 15 points. And for Ginobili last season, his shooting percentage dipped just a little bit. Now 36 years old. He's, breaking down, it seems like on a more regular basis. Is he starting to fade in your eyes?
Sure, he is, but he's still capable of playing out of his mind on any given night. I mean, and that's what you want from a guy like that at his age. You're not going to get it every night, but can he continue to help you win games? No question, Ginobili showed that last year.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The Bobcats making a switch here. Henderson's checked in. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Hey guys, Rain Man in their last game against the Grizzlies was just a man on a mission. He ended up with 65 points and was just filling up the stat sheet every way he could, coming away from the contest with a 5-5-5. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
All right. right, Doris. Thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing, Clark.
Yeah, I agree. I was just glad I got a chance to witness it. It's always such a special night when a player of his caliber gets so locked in and focused.
And you know, in an 82-game season with so much talent, every once in a while, everything's going to click. I mean, that was definitely the case that night.
And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. Outside, Green. Kicks it to Mills. Another steal. Here's Rainman. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Here's Green. The Bobcats making the shot. Stolen by Henderson. 6-second difference between shot and game play. And the shot's good from the Rain Man.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Here's DeCola. Pass to Duncan. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Duncan's got 8 here in the quarter.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Here's Rayman. Here's Henderson. And there's another one for the Bobcats.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Bobcats out in front, leading by 17. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Thank you for joining us at halftime. So far in San Antonio, we got an uneven game going on. Charlotte up on top against San Antonio. Easy to see why they've been piling up the wins lately. They're really on a roll. Rain Man continuing his superlative play tonight after the win against the Grizzlies. At the break, he's been a big scorer. He's racking up the points, and his two-way play has been good. Very active on the defensive side of the floor, bothering shots and bringing that energy all over the court. Now for the Spurs, not looking as good so far. They've got to do a better job protecting the ball and valuing each possession. They've not done that. Their turnover numbers way too high for 2 quarters. Tony Parker making a statement in this one. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And that's all we got for you here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the start of the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. It's been a clinic out there by Rainman.
Boy, he put on a show from the three-point line in the first half, didn't he? We'll see if the halftime break had any cooling effect on him.
Yeah, we'll soon find out because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Now low, it's Duncan and Splitter, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Here's Rainman.
That was awesome.
Look out below.
And he's the type of player who, you know, when he gets it going, is almost impossible to cool down. Coaches will call a timeout sometimes just to take away some of the momentum that he provides for that club.
And I'll tell you one more thing about him, Steve. He sets a screen maybe better than anybody. And if he rolls off of it, he gets the ball and gets a clean look. It's automatic.
Now here's Parker. He's got 15. Back to Duncan. He dishes it to Ginobili. 6 to shoot. 6 that one for the post. Ginobili's got 8.
You know, when he has that basket in his sights, he will go right at it. Once he's in tight, he is a flawless finisher.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here.
Well, you know, this last offseason, the Bobcats announced their intention to change the team name to the Hornets, reclaiming the name of the original Charlotte franchise that left for New Orleans in 2002.
And just like New Orleans chose a name, the Pelicans, that has local significance, the Hornets, a historical reference to Charlotte's rebellious fighting spirit during the American Revolution. Steve, you were just telling me about this. Fascinates you.
It does. I'm an American history buff, Kevin, and I'm also an NBA history buff. And You think back to the Hornets in Charlotte originally, they sold out for 9 straight seasons. So the Hornets nickname absolutely belongs in Charlotte.
No good from Raymond.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Ginobili kicks to Leonard. Kicked away. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. Raymond.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Now the shooting guard position is where teams look for a lot of their points. And these players, the highest scoring among them, haven't disappointed. Look at Rain Man, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Possibly the single most dangerous player in the NBA right there. A machine at the offensive end. So hard for any defense to deal with.
And Steve, what makes him special is his ability to score from anywhere and everywhere on the court, inside, outside. He has the 2 tabs of him at all times, and even then, he can hurt you.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
We've seen Tim Duncan getting it done. He's got 14 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
Well, he showed off how intelligent he is defensively. He understands where the ball is, where players are, what's happening in front of him. You know what I love about Tim Duncan is that early in his career, he was so dominant on the block at both ends of the floor. And as his career has gone on and he's taken on a little bit lesser role with the Spurs, it's never bothered him. He's just accepted whatever role Greg Popovich asked of him. And now he's still a very effective player, but the Spurs have become more of a perimeter-type team, and that's just fine with him.
Now here's Ginobili. He's got 8. Back to Leonard. And shot opportunity. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Walker dishes to Jefferson. Here's Raymond. Again, the miss by the Bobcats. Steve, you're talking about Tim Duncan accepting a changing role as time goes on. And, you know, what can be a challenge, you think, Clark, for a guy like that when he has to grow into different positions over the course of his career?
Well, for Tim Duncan, I don't think it was hard at all because it's all about winning for him. It's not about the numbers as long as he contributes to winning, and that makes him happy. So he adjusted, but it wasn't a big deal for him.
Now here's Parker. Manu Ginobili able to get his shot to go. Leonard, no luck.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
To the paint, Kid Gilchrist drops in the short one. Kid Gilchrist has got 10 points in the game. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Ginobili the pass to Parker. Back to Ginobili. Jacks up a 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 6th assist on the night.
Well, it took him a long time to get that 3-point range. Maybe this will get him going.
Shot is blocked.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
No good. Walker with some nice D. Bobcats leading by 13. Here's Rainman. He's got 36.
Just absolute domination in this one for Rain Man. He's got 36 points and 6 steals. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
No question, he's made an impact just about everywhere on the court.
You know, for as much as Jefferson scores in the low post and all the attention that he gets, one of the more underrated aspects of his game is that he is rarely careless with the ball.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Duncan. Illinois comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Tony Parker. Now here's Joseph. After the miss from Zell, here's Bellinelli. Gets the jumper from the corner of the floor. And for Al Jefferson, great footwork and fakes down low. A very nice way of maneuvering his man in congested area.
Yeah, he's got huge hands, Kevin. He's so able to gather and go up with that right-handed hook. That kind of one-handed push hook. And, you know, he dominates that block.
Now Leonard. After the missed 3 from Reed. Leonard kicks to Bellinelli. Clock at 6. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Off target with his 3. Charlotte leading by 13. Here's Raymond. And he comes in for the dunk.
punches it down with pop.
And rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Well, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Spurs have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Henderson comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Chalmers in for Kemba Walker. Here's Joseph after the made shot from Raymond. And it's the Bobcats on the break. Pass to Chalmers. Charlotte moving it around. Passes it to Raymond. Fires the three. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Rain Man's got 45 points. Spurs trail by 20. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You take a look at Los Angeles. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings. And guys showing no signs of letting up. And of course San Antonio. And they're down 4 spots from them.
You know, checking out San Antonio, they've just not been able to play to the level they did a season ago. But they're right in the mix anyway. They're not too far off the pace from last year.
And you know, Clark, I mean, they're one of those teams that is capable of kind of turning on the switch when the postseason approaches. So I get the feeling they're just kind of biding their time until springtime.
Here's Joseph after the made shot from Raymond. Doubled by Henderson. There's the dish to Leonard. Feeds to Green. 2 on the run. And good on the basket. Booker. Green's got 9.
Something's starting to click for this team, guys. You can feel it. The three-pointers are dropping. Their offense is flowing.
They've had a great second half from long range. Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Back to Leonard. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Leonard's got his second basket of the game. The feed to Zeller. He got it up. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bobcats lead by 19. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Make sure to pick up a copy of 2K Sports Magazine. Rain Man, featured on the cover, emerging as a star talent in the NBA.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Bobcats leading by 19 points. And Charlotte looking who they've got. At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Kemba Walker is out there with Rain Man. And it's Jefferson in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And he continues to shoot well after that blazing first half.
San Antonio's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Rain Man passes to Kidd-Gilchrist. Only one man back on D. Here's Splitter, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
One quality of his that really stands out is his skill as a screen setter in the pick and roll. Actually, he's good on both ends of that play, but I really like putting him in that situation.
And Steve, you know, being a good finisher in the pick and roll requires timing and athleticism. And hammer time!
Assist goes to. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
He kicks it to Duncan. He's against Zeller. Duncan with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Bobcats leading by 22. Rain Man passes to Kid Gilchrist. He feeds it to Walker. To the middle. Here's Zeller. No good. Nice defense from Tiago Splitter. And San Antonio shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Here's Rain Man. Gives him the lead pass.
Easy call there.
No question about that. You could hear the impact from where I am.
And that one falls for Zeltiz.
Boy, still waiting for their first miss from the foul line this half.
100% since halftime, is that right? I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon if that keeps up.
Kawhi Leonard's check in for San Antonio.
One thing I think that's helped extend Tim Duncan's peak effectiveness, he was dealing with knee issues recently, but he committed to losing weight and slimmed down by over 25 pounds to take away some of that wear and tear on his joints. And over the last couple of seasons, it certainly seems to have revitalized him.
There's the pass to Parker. Back to Ginobili. Into Tim Duncan. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And Clark, you mentioned Duncan swimming down. Steve, I guess he did it swimming in the offseason.
Well, he was a swimmer growing up in the Virgin Islands. That was his first sport before he picked up basketball. And I think you can see how it's impacted his strength and his ability to engage that core and really last through these long NBA seasons. He's slimmed down, but he's stayed strong. And I think swimming has played a big role there.
On defense, San Antonio trailing by 17.
I'm sure Coach would like to see them take more higher percentage shots. They have the lead, but they've not been able to knock down the threes as well as they did in that first half.
Now, sometimes when you're at a height disadvantage, that's the way to attack. Go right at your defender. Well, I'll bet his teammates love playing with him. He's distributing the ball perfectly.
Well, he keeps everybody happy, and you know what? The assist numbers don't lie.
Here's Parker. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Leonard. And it's good in the assist by Parker. 8 points for Kawhi Leonard.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Rain Man. And that one is stuffed right through.
Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little showboating out there.
Here we go, all alone. Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte moving it around. Pass to Rain Man. Three-pointer. That is good. Rain Man's got 57 points.
They continue to go through him, and why not? I mean, he's the leading scorer in this game.
Double team on Parker. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And a quick look now at how San Antonio's schedule is shaping up. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Kicks it out to Leonard. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Bobcats leading by 17. Here's Rain Man, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Guys, it's a one-man show out there. I mean, he looks like he's willing to handle all of the offensive duties for his team.
San Antonio's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. They get a hand on it. And it's the Bobcats on the break. Puts the lead pass in front of them. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
That whistle got a big response from this crowd, and it is not a favorable one, let's say.
I'll tell you what, the fans can't believe that they made that call.
And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
As great a player as Manu is on the court, his true impact on the NBA might not be felt until years from now. His success has captivated South America, and we should be seeing a lot of players influenced by him come into the NBA down the line.
And Clark, you mentioned Ginobili's influence abroad. He grew up in Bahia Blanca, Argentina, a basketball hotbed down there. This is woven into the fabric of everything that he is.
You know, he does. He comes from a basketball family. Coaches, players. His brother played professionally in Europe, but just a tremendous player and human being. Manu Ginobili, obviously representing his country in the NBA.
No good from Raymond.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Parker, guarded by Walker. And that one's good. Parker. And here are the Bobcats now. 22 is their biggest lead. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
Now the last
That's not as easy as it made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary for him.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he?
Takes the 13-footer, uses the glass that time, and it's good. 19 points for Tim Duncan.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. His teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far. An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
Now Ruth Ginobili. Tight defense on him. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
Raymond passes to Kidd-Gilchrist. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter of this one. No good from Raymond. Deflects the pass. Inside to Jefferson. It's hauled in by Tony Parker. Parker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. He passes to Ginobili. Parker dishes to Ginobili. Kicks to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. High post shot. Manu Ginobili again.
Looks like they're going to finish strong, but there just aren't enough ticks left on the clock.
Well, Steve, it's a good run they're having now, but they just waited too long to have it.
Doubled by Splitter. Dishes it to Walker. Passes it to Rainman. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by the Spurs. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Leonard attacking for the 3. And Parker with the basket on the assist from Leonard.
Nice work by Duncan to lay into that defender.
Here's Rainman. He's covered by Ginobili. A nice shot by Zeller.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted to win.
You know, they were determined to steal this game, and they showed it, Steve. Played harder and got the job done.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rainman, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sound.
Parker's shot is off. Here's Splitter, rejected by Jefferson. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. How much to be critical of with this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the